So hello everybody, welcome back again to another new video. So in this video, we are going to solve a CTF machine on TryHackMe. So if you are new in this channel, then make sure to subscribe our channel for more such cybersecurity related content, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. But before going into the actual content of the video, let us see a quick disclaimer. This video is only for educational purposes only. All contents are provided in this video is meant for educational purposes. So make sure to test on your own virtual lab, and remember, hacking is illegal without the permission. So let's get started. As per the audience demand on my latest poll, I am going to solve a live CTF machine on TryHackMe. But for those who don't know what a CTF is, let me give a quick introduction. Basically, CTF stands for Capture the Flag Challenge. Basically, what happens in this scenario is, if you have remembered the basic laws of ethical hacking, then you might know that ethical hacking or any kind of hacking is illegal without the permission of without the permission of owner. For example, if you don't have the permission on a network, then you don't have to perform any kind of testing on that network or on that device. Here is CTF come into action, where you have a permission over an isolated environment to get practice your cybersecurity skills. Basically, capture the flag in hacking refers to a type of cybersecurity competition or challenge where participants attempt to find and exploit vulnerabilities in a simulated environment or a designed or a destined target system. Many kinds of vulnerable machine which you have to solve if you want to practice your cybersecurity skills. Then you have to solve a CTF machine at least in a week. So for that reason, we are starting our CTF series. There are many such platforms for CTFs, for example, TryHackMe, Hack the Box, Pico CTF, etc. But for this video, I am going to solve the CTF machine on TryHackMe. So let us now dive deep into it. As you can see, I am on my Kali Linux machine and I am opening my terminal, where here it is. For this video, I am going to solve the Agent T, which is an easy level machine on TryHackMe. I'm going to solve this machine. So if you are a beginner and doesn't know anything details about cybersecurity or any information about hacking, then it is the best room to solve to get started with cybersecurity, and at least you have some basic concept and basic knowledge of cybersecurity and how to do basic hacking. So it's the best room. But if you want more detailed video on TryHackMe, like how to create account on TryHackMe and how to just find rooms and to solve, and how to configure OpenVPN and how to access the machine, so just comment down below. I will make a separate video on that. But for this video, I will go straight forward. So I have started my machine. It will take few seconds to boot on. So let me give it some time to boot. So I have downloaded the configuration file of OpenVPN and I am going to connect it by pressing the hit enter button. And I am now connecting to the OpenVPN server. And after that, I will connect to the vulnerable machine's network. Let me just clear one thing. If you don't have any previous knowledge of CTF machine and how to solve these stuffs, then I don't say that it's the best video for you. But if you are a beginner and have some previous knowledge of CTF, how to solve it, then I will say that it is the best video for you. But if you want more detailed video on this, then just comment down below. I will make a separate video on this, on basically details how to solve a CTF machine and how to configure this configuration, how to enable these settings to connect the OpenVPN and all these steps. So just comment down below. So as you can see here, our target IP address is active now. So back to the terminal and hit a command ping and paste the IP address and hit enter. So as you can see, I am successfully pinging to the target machine, which says that our connectivity is alive to our target. So after the confirmation that our target IP is alive and successfully we have the connectivity to our target machine, our first step is the reconnaissance, or you can say the network scanning. So for this purpose, I will use the nmap tool to scan the network, to scan basically the particular IP address or our target IP address. I will hit the command nmap, then our target IP address. So that I will use hyphen double V and hyphen S capital V and hit enter. So if you don't know how nmap is working in behind and what a nmap is, then I have made a separate video on nmap, which is nmap part 1 and nmap part 2, where you can see all the detailed command of nmap and how this nmap tool work in network scanning. You can see in my latest video. So don't forget to check out my previous 2 videos on nmap. So here, as you can see, our nmap scan result is on the screen now, which shows that port 80 is open. As you know that port 80 is used for HTTP services, which is a web service. Then so now we know that on our target machine there is a web server running on, and there is a web service on port 80, which we can see on our browser if we paste the IP address here and hit enter. So let us see what is coming. So as you can see, here is the admin dashboard. We don't know what a admin dashboard is, but here it is, a admin dashboard. So basically, to hack into a system or a device, there are multiple ways to hack into a system, and it totally depends on what kind of vulnerability that system has. So basically, to hack into a system, there are mainly 2 ways. One is manual testing and another is automated testing. But as a basic rule of hacking, before going into the manual testing, we have to test for publicly available exploits. I mean, if a system is vulnerable to some kind of a publicly available exploit, and that's vulnerability has been disclosed on internet, then it will be easy for that hacker to hack into the system as compared to automated, or the manual testing. Here you have now understood that our first step is to search for publicly available exploits, or if the system is vulnerable to any kind of publicly available exploits. So basically, this vulnerability or these things happen when an outdated version of any kind of software is used on the backend or the server. So if you have noticed on the nmap result, then you can see here is the version number of the HTTP service which is running on our target, which is PHP CLI server 5.5 or later. Here you can see the PHP version number is PHP 8.1.0 dev. So from here you can say that our first step is to scan for, or is to search for, the PHP 8.1.0 dev vulnerability. If the particular version number of the software has some kind of publicly exploit, then it's easier for us to detect or to exploit the system. So I'm now going to search this version number online if I can find some kind of exploit to hack on. So just type the version number, and where it is, PHP CLI server. Just hit enter, and you can see here there are the many results from the internet which shows that the PHP version 8.1.0 is vulnerable to such kind of remote code execution. If you don't familiar with the vulnerability remote code execution, then let me just clarify that what a remote code execution vulnerability is. So basically, a remote code execution vulnerability is one kind of web security vulnerability where a remote attacker, or you can say the hacker, can remotely execute code on the server. to manipulate them or to open them. So if I click on this first link, which is from exploit database, then I can see, I read the description of the particular impact of the vulnerability, which says that an early release of PHP 8.1.0 dev version was released with a backdoor on March 20 and 2021, but the backdoor was quickly discovered and removed. If this version of PHP runs on a server, an attacker can execute arbitrary code and by sending the user agent header, the following exploit uses the backdoor to provide a pseudo shell on the host. So basically, it is saying that there is this backdoor vulnerability on the PHP server. If I just check on the admin dashboard of what technology the website is using or using my Webalizer tool, here you can see the PHP server is running on the system and which is 8.1.0, and there are many other services like jQuery, Bootstrap, Google Front API, and another things are there. But for this room, our main focus is on the PHP version number 8.1.0, yes, because it has the backdoor vulnerability. If you don't know what a backdoor is, then I think I probably made a video on backdoor on my channel. You can see on my channel on for a backdoor video. I think I have that. You can just check out what a backdoor is. But let me give a quick overview of what a backdoor is and how it basically works on hacking. So backdoor is a kind of persistent access on the system which a hacker establishes after exploiting a service or a particular vulnerability on a system. For example, if I hack into your laptop or your computer, then for some reason I will need to exploit it more or exploit it further after some period of time, then I will create a backdoor or install a backdoor on your system for the persistence access or the long-term access to maintain the accessibility to your system, to your hacked system. The hacker will create a simple backdoor. So that's the function of a backdoor which play into hacking. So now I am going to search for the exploit on my on the tool available on my Kali Linux using search exploit, which is here you can see the command. We just hit the enter button and wait for the result, which is coming soon. Now, as you can see here, there are multiple results, but for our room, here is the PHP version number, which is PHP 8.1.0 dev, a user agent header, which is vulnerable to remote code execution. So here is the basically exploit of our vulnerability, which is 49933.py. So to make it copy to our current directory, you can see here the current directory is empty. So to copy it, just hit the command sudo, then search exploit, then -n. After that, the number 49933.py, and I'm hitting the password, enter, and now you can see here the exploit has been copied to our current directory. To run this exploit, just hit Python and then our file name, which is 49933.py, and you can see here which is enter the full host URL. So let me give the URL of our target, which is here it is, and hit enter, and let me see, and you can see here the terminal, the reverse shell we have got, which is as it is simple. Here you can see after just only hitting the target URL, I have now access to the terminal, or you can say the shell here, where I can type the shell command, or you can say the terminal commands here, which is you can say the pwd, which gives the current directory return. You can see the var www and html, which is the default web folder of any kind of Linux server. Let me check who I am. Here you can see that we have the root privilege access on the target machine, which is the most elevated privileges on any kind of Linux devices or any kind of Linux operating system. If you have read the Linux operating system, then you might know that the root privilege is the highest level of privilege on any kind of Linux operating system. So for this room or for this machine, we don't have to escalate our privilege, or we don't have to perform the privilege escalation part, as we already have the backdoor access for this target machine. But again, I am telling you that it's a very beginner friendly and very easy level machine, and very easiest machine I have ever played, as because it's very straightforward. As you can see, by running the custom script, you have the root privilege access on, where on the other CTF machine you can't directly access the root user, as you have to escalate your privilege from the www hyphen data user to the any kind of user that exists on the system, and after that you have to escalate that privilege to the root system. So basically the conclusion is, as you go to solve any kind of different machine on any kind of such as CTF platform, then you won't able to see these kind of straightforward exploitation method, as it will very critical. So for this room, or for this Agent T machine, we have to find the flag which is on this machine. So I am hitting the command cd and / and enter for back to the root directory, which is where you can see I am on now my root directory. Also, there is another method to solve this lab, which is here is the exploit on GitHub page, which you can download on your target on your attacker machine, which is the backdoor PHP 8.1.0-dev.py file. Here you can download this just by copying this URL and just hit enter sudo git clone and paste the URL and hit enter. As you can see, our exploit has been copied to our directory. Just enter to the directory by copying this directory name and enter and place ls, and here you can see our exploit is here, and run this by using Python. And as it is asking for our target URL, and I am giving it my target URL and hit enter to wait for the result. Here you can see again we have access to the terminal, as like our search exploit. But that doesn't matter where you find the exploit, but you have to find the particular exploit for a particular vulnerability, because every vulnerability is different, or every system has a different configuration. So you have to find the appropriate exploit for a particular specific vulnerability. The goal is to find the flag which is on this target machine or this vulnerable machine to solve this lab. You can say here we have to submit the flag. So I can say that the flag might be on the root directory, or I have to read it. So I am giving the command cat, which is used on the Linux system to read a file's content, and then hit the /, which stands for root directory, and just type flag.txt. As my previous experience on TryHackMe or any kind of CTF machine, I have seen too many times that the flag.txt file resides on the target machine. So I am hitting the enter And you can see here the flag is on the screen, and just copy it. Sorry, just copy the only the flag and paste it on the answer bar and hit enter. And you can see, congratulations, we have completed this room. Share this with your friends. So that's it for this video. If you like, you have enjoyed, and if you have learned something new in this video, then make sure to like this content and share it with your cybersecurity geeks and friends. So that's it for this video. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.